Keith Van Heyningen.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. My name is Keith Van Heyningen, and this is point counterpoint. So happy to follow Mr. Cunningham's Glee Club. Anyway, I'd like to say that John Justice's heart surgery went well today, and he is recuperating. And also that the citizen initiative that will be on the ballot in November is going well. You can't logically say that Tucson is a safe place when we keep losing fire and police while we fund things we don't need. Your actions and support for modern streetcar and Rio Nuevo, the spending along with tax and other subsidies for preferred businesses breeds distrust in your society. We are not a monolithic society, no matter what anybody wants to think. If you gave us ward-only elections, we'd prove it to you. Plain and simple. We see the media, corrupt as they are, the race hustlers, our Attorney General and President, trying to foment a race war in this country previous to an election. That is about as corrupt as it gets. And it reminds me of the period from 1933 to 1936. I'm feeling a little Jewish. Then we have another issue that's come up. It's called the Arizona Accord. For those who support it and are in the government, they have violated their oath of office. Law enforcement should charge them with treason, because that's exactly what it is. Your support shows clearly that you care more for illegal aliens than you do American citizens. It's time to listen to the taxpayers, because I'm not the only one with a voice that is charged with wrath. No demand for civility will be heeded, simply because that's how slaves are made. If you don't like my words, I suggest you pick up a weapon and kill me where I stand, because I have yet begun to fight the oppression that is a one-party system in Tucson. Good night.
Dan Martinez.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. My name is Dan Martinez. I am the spokesperson for the East Valley Patriots for American Values. We are based in the Phoenix area. There are 5 of us here tonight. I want to say that I feel connected to Tucson. One of our daughters graduated from the U of A, and our son-in-law got a PhD in pharmaceutical economics, whatever that is. We are a grassroots, faith-based, nonpartisan group. We advocate for the Arizona Accord and civil conversations on immigration, with the accent on civil. When SB 1070 was passed, we invited friends, family, and colleagues and discussed what action we could take. After the Utah Compact surfaced in the fall of 2010, we began approaching nonprofit agencies, faith communities, and municipalities to endorse the guiding principles of the Utah Compact. Since then, thanks mainly to the work of a man by the name of Scott Higginson, the movement became statewide under the banner of the Arizona Accord. Over 30 business groups, faith groups, nonprofits, and municipalities have endorsed the Arizona Accord. Your Tucson Human Relations Commission has championed the Arizona Accord in a professional and civil manner. We applaud their advocacy efforts. The East Valley Patriots for American Values urges the leaders of Tucson to endorse the Arizona Accord. It is good for business, good for families, and displays the spirit of welcoming people of goodwill. It is not legislation, it is not an ordinance, it is non-binding, it is budget neutral, it will not cost you any money, and it will not make Tucson a sanctuary city. Tucson and its citizens stand to benefit when you endorse the Arizona Accord. Thank you very much.
Jamie, litigation number 134, dated April 10, is received into and made part of the record. Mr. Clerk, you request to read Resolution 21878 by number and title only.
Resolution number 21878 relating to immigration, endorsing the Arizona Accord, a declaration of 5 principles to guide Arizona's immigration discussion and declaring an emergency.
What is the council's pleasure? Vice Mayor Wu.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to thank Jamie Lee, the chair of the Human Relations Commission, and everybody who serves on the commission for forwarding the recommendation that we adopt the principles outlined in the Arizona Accord. I also want to thank and welcome again our colleagues and friends from the Maricopa area who have worked very hard to help establish the framework and to build a growing base of support, not only here in southern Arizona, but across the state. It's great to have I Am Tucson here too. What a great testament to the fact that what we're all trying to find is common ground and a sense of unity and willingness to work together even through very difficult issues. As several speakers noted, this body, this group of folks represents Tucson, and to the best of our ability and actually just to who we are, at least to some degree, the diversity of our great community. 2 of us are first-generation Americans. I believe 2 of us speak English as our second language. 1 of us is a naturalized citizen. If we shy away from speaking about immigration, we are not reaching out to each other and coming to know the challenges that we need to face together as a community. I'm very proud to join with the Arizona Accord and the folks on our Human Relations Commission to bring this item forward. I will make the motion and invite colleagues to speak further. And again, I want to thank those of you who spoke and called to the audience, and thank you for bringing this forward. With that, I move to pass and adopt resolution number 21878.
Second. Okay. Any discussion? Councilmember Romero.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to the East Valley Patriots for really coming over to South Baja, Arizona, and talking to us about this and really working with the Human Relations Commission on what our similarities are as a society, as a state, as different cities in this wonderful state that we call Arizona, and in putting something forward that, even though it's very simple, is really setting the tone to talk about a difficult, complex issue. And really about talking and putting in writing something as simple as talking about families and how immigration really affects families and really affects our economy and how it affects economic development and how it affects our future leadership and our generations coming into the future. And so thank you for bringing this, for working on this, for talking to all of us individually about the importance of setting the tone on immigration issues. And so I think it is part of the city council business to talk about these issues because it really does affect our city. And it really does affect our economy, and it really does affect our families and our children. And so I will be supporting this accord, and I'm looking forward to continuing discussion, not only in approving these types of accords, but moving forward with our representatives in the federal government to move forward a solution for what we all think is a broken system that is not really working anymore. And so I join you and hopefully other municipalities in these issues forward and will advocate on my own behalf with my elected representatives in the federal government to push for something that is humane and treats people and children and families with respect and dignity.
Councilmember Chambers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to congratulate the folks that brought this forward to us, and we look forward to continue working with you. I also want to point out that Dolores Graham, who's former chair of the Tucson Civil Rights Coalition and has worked on this for many years, and Mr. Joe Yee, who is also in the audience and also has worked as a long community advocate in our community, who have picked that mantle up and again has worked. And this is in the true spirit of what the city of Tucson is about. We don't point fingers and we don't scapegoat. When we have issues, we roll up our sleeves together and work to solve it. And that's what we've been doing, just like when we openly opposed the 1070 when it was signed and went into law. We were the first city to do it and act in that manner because we know how it would hurt our whole community. Thank you.
Anybody else? I'll go Councilman Kozaczek.
First of all, I want to thank the group for coming around to each of the council offices and meeting. And what struck me as impressive about this accord was when you read the list of the supporters. It is multi-jurisdictional, multi-ethnic, faith-based, business-based. It is all over the map, and it just really looking at that list of 30 plus really highlights the fact that this is an issue that crosses all different kinds of what are false boundaries that we far too often allow to divide us and keep us divided. So this really gives a framework for crafting some good, moderate public policy on what is a real, serious, and potentially volatile topic. And so I appreciate you all coming around to our offices, sharing it with us, and I'm fully in support of this.
Councilmember Scott.
I think communication is one of the keys to success, and this body for sure celebrates communication and hearing all voices, because I think people in this society are really sick and tired of the polarization and of the isolation and the us and them syndrome. I think this kind of thing sets a tone that's very civil, that's very good in terms of setting parameters for a good discussion, a healthy discussion, and has been stated by so many people who do support it. There are those in this community who oppose this on principle, and I'm not sure that they've read exactly what it is, and that's why we invite all persons to read exactly what this is. It is a declaration of principles to guide discussion on Arizona's immigration issues. That's what it is, exactly. So I urge those who have some concerns about what they think it is to really read it, because it is one of the best documents that could ever come from such a wide body of people.
Councilmember Cunningham.
It's serendipitous that we started Climb Tucson tonight. One of the other endorsees of this measure is Greater Phoenix Leadership, which is our counterpart. The other thing I want to do is I also want to acknowledge Mr. Yee. You've been such an inspiration to me since I've been on the council, and to Brandon Howell, my former Human Relations Commission. The last thing I wanted to say about this accord is I'm not only going to vote for it. I hope if they're willing to have me, I hope that East Side Valley Patriots consider. I'd like to go up with you the next time you speak, call the audience to the city councils, and I'll speak as council member up there and ask them to also follow Tucson's lead and adopt this measure.
All right. I think we're ready for roll call.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Kozaczek.
Ask one of the representatives, kind of tagging on to Paul's comment, what is your plan for advancing this? Are you in the process of reaching out to other jurisdictions? I'm not even sure who to address it to. Maybe you might step up.
All right, roll call.
Ms. Romero?
Aye.
Mr. Heyningen?
Aye.
Ms. Uli?
Aye.
Mrs. Scott?
Aye.
Mr. Chambers?
Aye.
Mr. Kozaczek? Mayor Longshore?
Aye. All right.